Hello out there, board game enthusiasts. It's Theo Peters from Noble Pig Games, here to bring you a rules overview for our newest game, Viridian Final Reckoning. Now this is a flip and fill area control game where you are a general in Viridian, an army of animals whose sole purpose is protect their land, their forest, from the invading, ravaging humans. The humans are coming in mechs with flamethrowers, poison gas guns. But you, leading your wolves, bears, and squirrels armed with bazookas, are there to stop them. Let's jump in and see how this game is played. So setup for Viridian requires the following. You need your battle goal cards, and we're going to choose one for each game. You need your human deck, those are your enemies. You need your Viridian deck, your animal deck, that's you and your forces. You need 2 dice, and that's for any number of players. You're going to share the same dice. And you need a player sheet per player. Okay, I'm going to play a solo game to show you the rules today. If you had 5 people, 5 player sheets, so on. Now, you only need a pencil to write in. I like to do 2 pencil crayons, so I can do one for my enemies, one for my heroes. It'll also make it a little easier for me to keep track of what's going on. So once you've got these things and you've chosen a battle goal, for this game, we've got the battle goal, destroy the power sources. So I'm going to roll these dice 3 times. I've got a 4 or 2. So I'm going to place these 3 things on the board, and I have to try to fully surround these and get 3 points for each one I fully surrounded. That's my battle goal. It gets me bonus points, and points where you want to collect to win the game. Survival condition, though, if I don't destroy at least one of these, I don't win or score at all. So I gotta make sure I take down at least one of these by completely surrounding it. So I'm gonna put those on the board right now. Okay, now that my power sources are set up, I can start the game. I'm going to start off by flipping up the first card in the human deck. We can see here that it's a torture. Okay, so a torture has this shape. I can flip this shape. I can rotate whatever I have to as long as it keeps the same shape. Okay, and so each of these 4 spots represent one of these tortures. This brings out 4 flame-throwing enemies out at us. Now when I roll these dice, it's going to tell me where I need to place this torture. So I'm going to place them on an intersection of 5 and a 4. So that gives me a spot here, but also right here, where 5 and 4 meet. Also, I've got one right over here, right here, 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 and here. So we start off with 8 different spots at the beginning of the game where you can place your first player, your first card. So I'm going to take my red. Now, I can either choose to draw the shape, the little flame. I could color in with orange to match the torture's color, or I could just write a T for torture. Now, because it would be torture for you to watch me draw, sorry, I'm just going to use the pencil crayon and just do the first letter. So I'm going to make this guy on a 5-4, so I'm going to put this first one. And now I want to make sure I keep away from my power sources. I'm going to put 5-4, I'm going to put him right here. So I've got... Now, these tortures take 2 hits to defeat, but they're worth 2 points for each one that I kill. So I want to try and take those guys out and get some more points, but it takes extra hits to take them out. So I'm going to look now at what I have for my forces. So I'm going to draw 2 cards, and I have to choose between the 2 of them. We can actually see here, I actually kind of have 3 choices. My special forces, they do 1 adjacent damage to 2 enemies or 2-on-1 enemies. So this would be really helpful against my tortures because 1 can take out 1. I've also got my infantry. They do 1 damage to adjacent enemy, but I've got more of them. But I have a choice on this card. I can choose this one if I need lots of guys out there. I need a smaller space. I can choose these guys to fit in as well. I'm going to go with the special forces though on this turn, and I'm going to put them I think I'm going to try and put them away that they actually can do damage here, but also fully surround one of these, hopefully. So I'm going to put an S here, and an S here, and an S here. So now I need to get, a few more around this one to get it fully surrounded, and I need to get at least one of these to survive. All 3 gets me some bonus points. And that's the first round. So I'm going to flip the next card. I've got some exterminators. I'm going to roll. I got a 6 and a 2. So I'm going to place these guys at 6 and a 2. It's a big block. I'm going to try and get it kind of out of the way and just place it right down here. So I'm going to give an E for these exterminators. They're going to go right there. Okay, and I'm going to flip my 2 cards. Okay, and now you see I've got more infantry. I've also got some aviation. These ones are cool because they can do 1 adjacent damage 1 space or 2 spaces away. So they can actually fire 2 spaces away to attack enemies. So good for getting guys who are hidden behind other things. Now I have to decide, do I want to place these in a way to attack, or do I want to surround things? And I think I'm actually going to try and get that surrounding taken care of. I'm going to put my infantry. Actually, I'm going to put aviation right here. So maybe they can fire on someone else. So basically, I'm trying to accomplish my goal while also taking out as many enemies as I can. So right now, this special force to take out this torture, that's 2 points right there. Now that you know how the rules work for the game, we're going to fast forward to the end and show you the end game scoring, as that's a vital, important part of the game as well. What's crazy that never happened in this game was often when you draw an enemy card, you roll the dice and you can't actually fit that shape on the space matching the dice. What happens then is that you get to pick where it goes, where it fits other than that, which can be a great benefit to you. Now, I got kind of some tough luck in that I had to put them everywhere I rolled, which makes it actually trickier for you because I had no choice where they went. So, boo-hoo for me. But now that I've pulled this guy can't fit on the board anywhere, which means that my game is done. That's kind of like the first part of the game, is deploying our troops. We've tried to match our troops against the enemy's troops, get Viridian in place to fend off the humans. Now we go through and assign our attacks. So for every special force I have, I can assign 1 attack to 2 adjacent enemies, or 2 attacks to 1. Okay, my aviation can shoot adjacent or 2 spaces away, and my infantry can just attack 1 adjacent space. I like to take the mechs out first, so I'm going to peek down in this corner. I'm going to see, okay, this special forces can do 2 damage right here. That's all his damage used up. This one can do 2 damage right here. That's all his damage used up. This mech has taken 4 hits. He's done. I put a tick in the mech spot. Okay, this mech here, I've got 2 attacks from here, 2 from here. I've used up their attack, taken out that mech. He's done. Now these mechs I'm not going to get to. That's kind of escaped points right there. So I'm trying my best not to leave any points on the floor here. Now I really want to show you where an aviation can help, is that I've got a torture here that takes 2 attacks. Well, this aviation can attack him, but this one can also attack from 2 spaces away. So they use their attacks up, but they take out that torture. So I'm going to put a tick right there. Now I'm going to go around and try to make the best choices I can to take out the most enemies. You'll see I have some wasted space here where these enemies can't really attack much because I was trying to surround these power sources. We'll see if that was a good idea or not. So let me go ahead and assign the rest of my attacks here. You can see here, this special forces is going to direct 1 attack here, 1 here, and take out 2 exterminators. This special forces only has 1 adjacent person he can attack, so he uses 1 up, which kills an exterminator but wastes 1 of his hits. Now you can see I've got lots of wasted attacks here. So it's this balance of, I need to make sure I survive and take out these power sources, but these guys kind of got wasted. Maybe I should have focused more on a central one where I could have, still attacked more versus being stuck on the walls, these here. But too late for now, the battle is over. So now we add up. Okay, so I took out 16 exterminators, so I'm gonna write 16 right here. Took out 12 tortures, 12 times 2 is 24. I took out 3 mechs. I put one in the wrong spot. I was really hopeful on killing those tortures. 3 times 4 is 12. I surrounded 2 of the power sources. That's 3 points each. That's another 6 points. Then I add these up. 16 and 24 is 40. Plus 12 is 52. Plus 6 is 58. And I'm going to pretend not to pause the video and double check my counting right now. Yeah, that looks right to me. So now my game of Viridian is over. If I was playing against other people, we compare scores and see who won. We might find that some players actually died and got a score of 0 for not meeting their survival condition. And a solar player game, you're trying to go for the best score you can. You're trying to impress the leader of Viridian as best you can so you can become the next leader of Viridian once he retires. So hopefully a 58 was impressive enough. I scored a 70 in my last game, so it doesn't feel very impressive. But there you go. That is how to play Viridian Final Reckoning.